Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Lipakshi Khurana. Here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Monday, the 1st of July. India's Mumbai city comes to a standstill due to heavy rains. At least one killed, several injured in terror attack in Afghan capital. And pilgrimage to Hindu cave shrine begins in India's Jammu and Kashmir. And now for all the details. Heavy rains continue to lash India's western Mumbai city and its neighbouring areas for the fourth consecutive day on Monday. Heavy downpour left the financial capital struggling with waterlogging, choked drains, traffic jams and delays in trains.
Heavy rains battered India's western Mumbai city and its outskirts on Monday, inundating low-lying areas, delaying trains and slowing down vehicular movement on roads. Mumbai, also known as financial capital of India, has been hit by heavy rain since Sunday night and the rainfall is expected to continue. According to Weather Department, the rainfall is likely to increase in the next 24 hours and has predicted active monsoon conditions over the west coast. Suburban trains were delayed by as much as 2 hours because the tracks were submerged under water, while some long-distance trains were cancelled. Thousands of commuters were stranded in trains and vehicles during peak morning hours as they tried to reach offices.
Heavy rainfall, low visibility, ये सब challenges के बावजूद हमने ये ensure करने की कोशिश की है कि सेंट्रल रेलवे की जो suburban सर्विसेज हैं वो चलती रहे. डिले जरूर है उसमें.
पूरा फुल पानी भरा हुआ है. ये बीएमसी वाले लोग का ऐसा हाल है. हम लोग क्या करेंगे बताओ. गाड़ी कैसे जाएंगे लेके. बच्चे स्कूल के जाने के लिए वो भी तकलीफ में है. हाँ, स्कूल तो चालू है मगर ये बीएमसी वाले का ऐसा हाल रहे. खड्डा उड्डा है. गए साल में भी ऐसी खड्डे में एक डॉक्टर गिर गया, मर गया, चला गया. अभी हम लोग गाड़ी चलाते, हम लोग को सामने दिखता नहीं कुछ भी.
Mumbai's streets regularly flood during the monsoon, which runs from June until September or October. Although Mumbai is trying to build itself into a global financial hub, large parts of the city struggle to cope with annual monsoon rains. Due to a construction boom, Mumbai's susceptibility to floods has worsened in recent years.
At least 35 people were killed and several injured after a vehicle carrying them fell into a gorge in Kishtwar district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Monday. Rescue officials immediately rushed to the spot, after which the bodies of the deceased were recovered and the injured were taken to the nearby hospitals.
A bus packed with passengers fell into a gorge in Kishtwar district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province on Monday, killing over 30 people and injuring several, an official said. Rescue officials immediately rushed to the spot, after which the bodies of the deceased were recovered and injured were taken to a nearby hospital.
अभी तक 35 जो है जाने ज़ाया हो चुकी हैं और 17 जो है ज़ख्मी हैं. 17 ज़ख्मियों में से 10 जो है हमने एयर सर्विसेज के थ्रू जम्मू रेफर किए हैं और बाकी के 7 जो उनके लिए भी जहाज़ जो है आ रहा है.
Jammu and Kashmir Governor Satyapal Malik announced an ex gratia of nearly $7,200 each to the next of the kin of the deceased. He said most of the accidents take place due to careless and untrained drivers who do not adhere to road rules and regulations. Last week, 11 students were killed when their bus fell into a deep gorge at a picnic spot in Shopian district of the province.
And in news from Afghanistan, a powerful blast hit Afghanistan's capital Kabul during rush hour on Monday, killing one person and injuring at least 93, including children. The Taliban claimed responsibility for the attack.
A powerful blast hit Afghan capital Kabul on Monday, killing one person and injuring at least 93, including 35 children. The Interior Ministry spokesperson Nusrat Rahimi said that 210 civilians who were living near the attack scene were rescued by security forces. The Interior Ministry said the explosion was due to a truck bombing followed by gunfight by attackers. The attackers were targeting the Defense Ministry's Logistics and Engineering Center from a building under construction.
دیگه وضعیت خراب بود، بسیار زیاد وضعیت خراب بود، هر کس در دولت خود بود. دیگه از روی شیشه موتر دیگه خود انداختیم پایین و یک کم ذره سر صورت ما خون و ترشیزا بود، یک بغل دست ما یک ذره اوگار شده بود.
وارد زمین سه محافظ صلح بس از کی میکشه مردم مسلمان میکشه. امیدوارم زمین سه صلح پایدار بیه، خدای شر ما رو خلاص کنه.
The Taliban in a statement claimed responsibility for the attack. The attack comes as the US holds a 7th round of peace talks with the group in Qatar, aimed at bringing peace in the war-ravaged country. Meanwhile, hours after the attack, the clearance operation continued till the last reports came in.
More news from Afghanistan. Tadamichi Yamamoto, the head of United Nations Assistance Mission in Afghanistan, has said that both the presidential elections and the peace process are top priorities to the UN. His remarks came after a group of presidential candidates suggested him to consider a delay in the elections in September.
Head of the United Nations Assistance Mission in Afghanistan, or UNEMA, Tadamichi Yamamoto, on Sunday said both the presidential elections and the peace process are top priorities to the UN. Yamamoto's remarks came in a statement after reports said that a group of presidential candidates in a meeting suggested him that the presidential elections should be held after a peace deal is reached with the Taliban. Neither process should be harmed or held back by the other. Both processes must move forward with full force and commitment of all stakeholders, the UN chief said in his statement. Meanwhile, a senior member of the Independent Election Commission said that holding the presidential elections on September 28 is a red line for them.
شش میزان ما انتخابات این برای ما قبلا هم گفتم خط سرخاست و ما برگزاری انتخابات با شش میزان ما متحد با می پلان عملیاتی و تایملاین خود هستیم.
This comes after a number of presidential candidates at a gathering in Kabul last week challenged the legitimacy of the Afghan government under President Ashraf Ghani. They reiterated the call for the establishment of an interim government in the country so that elections are held in a free and transparent way.
Moving on to news from Bangladesh. Bangladesh on Monday observed the third anniversary of the Holy Artisan terror attack in which 22 people were killed. The case filed after the attack accusing a faction of the local terrorist organization is now pending as more witness statements are scheduled to be recorded on Tuesday.
Bangladesh on Monday observed the third anniversary of Holy Artisan terror attack, which happened in Dhaka's upmarket Gulshan area on July 1, 2016. 5 armed militants stormed the upscale eatery in the diplomatic zone and held the diners hostage. 22 people, including 3 Bangladeshis, 7 Japanese, 9 Italians, and 1 Indian, were killed in the attack. After the terror attack, a case was filed with the police under the Anti-Terrorism Act, accusing a faction of local terrorist organization Jamaatul Mujahideen Bangladesh or JMB. The trial in the case has made a significant progress, with the prosecution hopeful of ending it very soon. The case is currently pending at Dhaka's Anti-Terrorism Special Tribunal and is scheduled to record more witness statements on Tuesday.
More news from Bangladesh. A Bangladeshi man who has been suffering from a rare genetic disease known as tree-man syndrome wants his hands to be amputated as over 2 years of treatment has brought little relief.
Abul Bajandar, a Bangladeshi man in his 20s, has been suffering from a rare genetic disease known as tree-man syndrome. Bajandar said that he wants his hands to be amputated as over 2 years of treatment has brought little relief. He has had 25 operations since 2016 to remove the growths caused by epidermodysplasia verruciformis, a skin disease which typically begins to manifest during childhood and increases the risk of developing skin cancer. Bajinder has been living with the condition, which leads to continually growing gnarled warts for over 20 years. He said that he cannot tolerate the pain anymore.
তাই বলছি স্যার আমি এইভাবে তো সম্ভব না অপারেশন করে যাওয়াটা মানুষের পক্ষে তাহলে আমার এটা তো ব্যথা যন্ত্রণা হয় আপনারা আমার তাহলে হাত দুটো কেটে আপনারা বাদ দিয়ে দেন যাতে আমি স্বাভাবিকভাবে একটু চলতে পারি ওনারা তাতে রাজি হচ্ছে না ওনারা বলছে তুমি যদি এই অপারেশন করো তাহলে তোমার চিকিৎসা করবো না করলে আমরা হাত কেটে বাদ দিতে পারবো না তোমার চিকিৎসাও করতে পারবো না
The disease caused by increased vulnerability to the human papilloma virus or HPV due to an immune system defect only affects a handful of people around the world. Bajinder has reportedly requested the assistance of the Bangladesh government to seek treatment abroad.
An angling competition was recently organized in Pahalgaon district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province. Around 27 anglers from across the province took part in the event, which aimed at promoting the sport and boosting tourism in the region.
A first of its kind angling competition was organized recently in Pahalgam district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province to encourage the age-old sport. Around 27 anglers from across the province took part in the fishing sport organized by the Fly Fishing Federation and the Jammu and Kashmir Fisheries Department. Participants, accompanied by organizing committee members, were seen applying different techniques for their catch at the banks of a river.
हमने रिवाइव करना चाहा इसी तरीके से कि जैसे इंटरनेशनली प्रमोट होता है इंटरनेशनली जैसे ऑर्गेनाइज होता है इंटरनेशनली जैसे इसमें रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस होते हैं तो उनको ही इम्प्लीफाई करना चाहा क्योंकि इस सेक्टर पे कुछ खास नज़र नहीं है सरकार की बट इट्स अ वेरी ह्यूज सेक्टर मेरी अपील रहेगी सरकार से कि इस पे भी थोड़ा फोकस करें क्योंकि इस पे हमारा जो टूरिज़्म है ये भी हमारा एक बड़ा अच्छा टूरिज़्म प्रोडक्ट है
Kashmir Valley is often called the angler's paradise as it has crystal clear glacial and snow-fed streams and a beautiful fish fauna with a very pleasant and healthy climate. With such competitions, authorities are now also trying to promote aquatourism in the region.
The first batch of pilgrims began their journey to Hindu cave shrine Amarnath in India's Jammu and Kashmir on Monday. Every year, amid tight security, scores of Hindu devotees visit Amarnath in the months of July and August.
Pilgrimage to the Hindu cave shrine of Amarnath in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province began on Monday amid tight security. Hundreds of Hindus visit the Amarnath cave, nearly 12,500 feet above sea level in the picturesque Lidar Valley in the months of July and August every year. Chanting prayers and taking the name of Lord Shiva, the Hindu god of destruction, around 6,000 pilgrims were seen undertaking the journey on foot, riding ponies and even being carried to reach the shrine to worship a phallus-shaped ice stalagmite seen as a symbol of Lord Shiva.
पहली यात्रा मेरी मैं बहुत खुश हूँ कि मुझे मौका मिला है जाने का मैं पहली बार जा रही हूँ बहुत अच्छा इंतजाम है पुलिस फोर्स अच्छी है खाने पीने का और बहुत अच्छा इंतजाम किया हुआ है
बहुत ही सौभाग्यशाली समझते हैं अपने आप को सोमवार का दिन है भोले शंकर का दिन है और आज का दिन बड़ा ही विशेष महत्व है क्योंकि सोमवार की यात्रा को बड़े लोग महत्व देते हैं इस दिन को और सब लोगों का बड़ा कॉपरेशन है टेंट वाले घोड़े वाले बहुत ही अच्छा लग रहा है कि आज का दिन और पहले यात्रा में पहला जत्था जाने का हमें मौका मिल रहा है
Amarnath shrine forms an important part of Hinduism and is considered to be one of the holiest shrines. The shrine is surrounded by snowy mountains and the cave itself is covered with snow most of the year, except for a short period of time in summers when it is open for pilgrims.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. India's Mumbai city comes to a standstill due to heavy rains. At least one killed, several injured in terror attack in Afghan capital. And pilgrimage to Hindu cave shrine begins in India's Jammu and Kashmir. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.
Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.